At the start of the video here, I just want to say that this will probably be my last video on Minilad. I mean, everything has pretty much been covered. So I'll probably only make another video on him if something goes absolutely crazy, like he goes to jail or something. Or if he does something really stupid in future. Also, a bit of channel news. I've set up a channel membership thing, so if you want to help support the channel and all that, be sure to have a look. It would really mean a lot. With all this being said, and without further ado, it's time to wrap up the Minilad saga. Minilad, a name that I've covered extensively on this channel. I've covered how he's lost people close to him, how he's made terrible apologies, and how some of his greatest achievements have been ripped away from him. I've covered so much stuff when it comes to Minilad, but there's one thing I've seemingly overlooked. One thing I've only mentioned briefly. His mental state. Minilad has tried to use his mental health as a crutch to explain and somewhat justify his actions. And in today's video, I'm not going to be talking about why you can't actually use that to justify your actions. I'm going to be talking about his declining mindset, how this entire controversy has negatively affected him, what levels he's gone to try to regain his prior status, how he's tried to prevent people from questioning his actions. Minilad, as an individual, is slowly falling apart. There's a rumor going around that Minilad has been botting likes on his videos. So what's the evidence supporting this? I mean, there's lots of videos on this topic, but there's one main problem with trying to prove like botting, and it's one of the reasons why I stayed away from discussing it. It's virtually impossible to prove. So based on this impossibility, what's a good way to somewhat prove this? A good way to try to prove this is to place it in a realm of possibility. What do I mean by this? Well, how probable is it that Minilad would want to bot likes? Does he have the resources to do so? And if he was to bot likes, why? Well, to answer the resource question, yes. Minilad has earned a lot of money thanks to YouTube, so I think it's pretty safe to assume that if he wanted to bot likes, he could easily afford it. The other two questions are a bit harder to prove. The only person that wholeheartedly knows the answers to these questions is Minilad himself. This is why we, as third parties, have to use a realm of possibility. We don't know what's going on inside Minilad's head. Why would Mini want to bot likes? Well, let's view this in the mindset of a content creator. As content creators, we all want our videos to do well, obviously. But what happens when our videos start to decline? You used to get thousands of likes, but what happens when that switches? Ever since his return, Mini's videos have been getting absolutely demolished with dislikes. This seemed to be the norm. But then a couple of weeks ago, something strange started to happen. The like to dislike ratios were suddenly quite positive. I mean, yes, later down the line, the like to dislike ratios would dip into the negative side again, but for the first few hours, Minilad had more likes than he did dislikes, completely defying the status quo. Another interesting thing to point out is that Mini's videos as of late have been getting more likes, and his views, they are relatively similar to what they were. Is this some proverbial smoking gun that Mini has been botting likes? No, it's not. That's the problem with trying to prove this type of stuff. It's very hard to do so. But when people started to call Mini out on this, and when other commentary channels started to talk about it, the dislikes seemingly strengthened a lot more. Did the Mini hate train gain more steam to try to combat the bots, or did Minilad just stop botting because he was being found out? I will leave that decision up to you, as once again, it's incredibly difficult to prove. Though this whole thing, it is quite suspicious, to put it lightly. Discord, an asset heavily utilized by creators. I have a channel Discord, many other creators have Discords, and Minilad, he had a Discord too. Notice the key word in that statement, had. Not has, or currently has, had. While trying to find some evidence about Minilad, I thought it would be a good idea to try to infiltrate his Discord. While searching, I found this, May 17th, 2018. Minilad's Twitter profile, a Discord link. That's quite interesting. The Discord link seemingly doesn't work. If I was a 5 million plus channel, I would make sure that anybody could join my Discord. So why is it that Minilad's Discord, a man that has been receiving insurmountable amounts of hate, why is it that the link is broken? Let's call this a weird coincidence. I mean, surely he has Discord links somewhere else, right? No link in his channel's about section. Let's look at the Minilad subreddit. A new update to Rule 9. Okay. Maybe this yields something. In light of recent events, we have noticed an influx of posts talking about drama and politics. We have always intended this sub to be for fun and memes, with little regard to current events. To relish this quality of the sub that we work hard to maintain, we will be updating Rule 9 of the subreddit to prohibit discussion about drama and politics. Censorship. This may have been why Mini seemingly deleted his Discord. No drama, no politics, no accountability. This statement speaks volumes. Minilad and his mods are trying to censor anybody who is trying to question Minilad about his actions. Why would they do this? Well, it all falls back to a statement people have been making for a while now. He wants all of this stuff to just fade away. Interesting choice of titling, but allow me to elaborate. Compare these thumbnails to these thumbnails. That's one hell of a downgrade. Now let's look at the quality of these videos. You'll probably be able to notice a few apparent things. Really bad editing, very bad jokes, and an overall sense of forced happiness. Now, this isn't a section outlining the declining state of his videos. I've done that before. This section is about complacency. Minilad seems to be complacent in his bad content. No attempts to create better thumbnails, no attempts to write better scripts, and no attempts to improve the editing in his videos. What's the reason for this? Maybe there's a lack of knowledge when it comes to editing. Well, to address that statement, you can always easily learn more about editing. All you have to do is use YouTube. You can easily find a video that will help you out with editing. It takes about 5 minutes. Just imitate the steps you see in the video and everything will be fine. I think it's a lack of caring. If you were being absolutely blasted in every comment section of every single video you've putting out recently, would you really care about your content? Yes, it does pay the bills, but bad videos are easy to put out. It seems that Minilad is doing this, making bad content while his, albeit dwindling career, still has some steam, mainly based on people going to his videos just to hate on him. This will still give your videos traction. Has he become complacent in his bad content? Does he not care about his content anymore? It just seems like he can't really be asked. This is a really good example of his mindset at the moment. Not caring about his content, not caring about all the hate directed towards him, not caring about the future of his career. His career is dying, and Mini isn't doing anything to try to fix it. He's merely riding it into oblivion. This is all having one massive negative effect on him. At the beginning of the video, I stated that Mini as a person is slowly falling apart. What does the like botting mean for any of this? Well, it may be a result of him trying to desperately reclaim his past glory by any means necessary. It may be a way for him to receive some form of placebo gratification that everything is as it once was. Why would he do this? Why would he stoop to such a terms of service violating level? It may come from a place of insecurity. Minilad is a massive YouTuber, and as a massive YouTuber, you get massive views, massive money, and massive attention. Sounds pretty good, right? I mean, this is what every single dedicated YouTuber wants. I doubt that any dedicated YouTuber would have the mindset of, I don't want people to watch my videos, I don't want people to comment on them, I don't want people to like them. It's every YouTuber's goal to grow. Minilad had this growth. But now all this positive attention is gone. I doubt he's used to all the negative publicity he's been getting. The lack of views, the decline of subscribers. He's grown insecure, as any YouTuber would become if their videos suddenly stopped performing. Questions like, am I to blame? How can I change my content? Where did all of my growth go? Would run rampant in any creator's mind if this started to happen. If Mini has grown insecure, this mindset directly contradicts his actions, these actions being censorship and the lack of accountability. It can massively help with insecurity if you find what's causing your insecurity and, after finding it, addressing it head on and trying to change it. The cause of Mini's newfound insecurity is looking him dead in the face: the fact that he isn't taking proper accountability. Minilad and his mods are openly censoring people who try to take him on. Yes, I understand that mass harassment is a problem, but there's a difference between taking somebody on and harassing them. Minilad won't be able to address his insecurity because he's not willing to address the singular cause of it properly. Censorship may show that he's scared of the consequences of his actions, or that he may be disgusted with himself. Actions, they have consequences, and if you do a bad thing, the universe will find a way to get back at you. Minilad is scared. He's fearful of what will happen if he addresses the things he's done. So he's chosen the complete opposite course of action. Don't address it at all and hide in a bunker. Instead of saying, okay, I'm truly sorry for what I did. I am to blame. He's blaming it on other factors, like his mental health. Now, since this is my last video on Minilad, I'm going to say this one last time. Mental health is a serious problem, but it doesn't excuse what you did. You still have to face up to the consequences of your actions, as harsh as they may be. Mini's complacency shows a lack of caring that may tie into censorship. He may not be scared of the consequences of his actions. He just may not care about them. He may have grown okay with his channel at the moment, and as I stated earlier, he may just be riding it into oblivion. Some could say that a suitable word to describe how Mini is received on the internet at the moment is hated, and his complacency may show that he's completely okay with this. He may just be creating content to receive a check at the moment, instead of doing it for the right reason, the love of creation. If he did love his content at the moment, why isn't he trying to improve it? Because at the moment, it's really bad. Has he grown so complacent that he couldn't actually care about what happens to his channel? Does he have the view that, I'm pretty far gone at the moment, so let's just carry on going? I don't know these answers, but if they're true, it's rather troubling. Put yourself in the shoes of somebody who has lost virtually everything. Mini has lost his friends, his fans, his stadium, his partnership with an international organization, his online credibility. Imagine the toll this has taken on him. Now, I'm not throwing a woe is me pity party for him. Some would say that he deserves these things being taken away from him. I agree with that statement. But this doesn't mean that we can't analyze the mental toll this will have on somebody. This mental toll being humongous. Everything you've worked for, everything you've built up, your brand, Minilad, gone in the blink of an eye. Your friends, who were there with you when you exploded, friends who carried each other to success, who became internet titans together, now want nothing to do with you. You've been shunned in the communities you've tried to help, and now are being regarded as nothing more than a stain that should be wiped away. All of the things you did erased. This would have broken anybody. The Minilad we once knew as the husk of his former self. Unfunny, forced, desperate. I hate to say it, but Craig Thompson is slowly falling apart.